In a world full of screens, notifications, and endless scrolling, we pause, log out, and think beyond the feed. This is where ideas breathe, opinions matter, and thoughts go off screen.
Hi everyone! Welcome to Off Screen Thoughts, the podcast where we talk about everyday topics na super relatable. I'm Blanche and I'm with
Annabelle, your off-screen chica babe.
Your number one marites behind the mic. I'm Franco.
and I'm Mayan, your diva, Chika Dara. So, start na tayo. For today's episode, pag-uusapan natin ang evolution ng media and how it affects our way of communicating today. So, para sa inyo, how did people even communicate before all this tech?
Communication? Gosh, I suck at that.
Girl,
we
we
know.
don't know. Anyways, for me lang ha, I wanna bring back the letters. Like it's giving yearning. But it's too mahal eh. Hindi ba?
Well, di ko alam. It takes so much time. Mas bet ko yung now. Instant, parang lucky me.
Before, kapag may gusto kang sabihin, kailangan mo talagang pag-isipan. Pero ngayon, typo lang, delete. Emoji, send agad.
Literal. Imagine, dati kailangan mo pa ng messenger na tao. And it usually takes months or days bago ma-receive yung message mo. Feel ko nga, mas madaming marites noon.
True.
Yeah.
Now, one post buong barangay updated agad.
Yeah, communication literally went from slow
Yeah.
and thoughtful to fast and instant. Kaya mas prefer ko ang letters. Mas pinag-iisipan ng maayos, causing it to become sentimental because of the effort you put into it.
Talk about romance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pero, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I really don't like texting kasi it causes so much miscommunication. Yeah, I know, di ba? I know emojis exist, pero there are some people that tend to exaggerate. Even simple lang na okay can turn into a big problem.
Tama ka dyan, te. Like, what do you mean you're angry at me just because I replied okay to a paragraph that you sent me? Like, what?
Yeah.
Girl, you know what? I think you're just insensitive. Even with telegrams or letters, the slow delivery causes misunderstandings then.
Okay. Both opinions are valid. So, let's talk about language naman. What is its role in the evolution of communication?
Well, what I know is that our language went through multiple transitions. But what stuck most is the accent of Spanish language in our vocabulary and writing systems.
True. Hanggang ngayon, gamit pa rin natin yung words like mesa, silya, at bintana. Spanish era really said, I'm staying.
And kahit hindi tayo fluent sa Spanish, part na siya ng everyday language natin. Even sa writing system eh. From baybayin to alphabet, real quick. Major update talaga.
Which shows na language changes dahil sa history, culture at power dynamics. And dito na papasok yung information literacy.
Yes, kasi if di ka information literate, you'd think ganito lang talaga yung language natin without knowing why.
Yeah. Information literacy helps us understand where words came from. Kung legit ba yung pinanggalingan at kung paano naapektuhan ang colonization, yung way natin magsalita at magsulat.
Hindi lang siya about reading and writing, but also about understanding context. Like, knowing that Spanish influence isn't just aesthetic, it's historical.
Okay, at kapag marunong kang mag-evaluate ng sources, mas naiintindihan mo kung alin yung fact at alin yung oversimplified version sa internet. So instead of, ganun na lang, you start asking, bakit nga ba ganito? Which makes us more aware communicators.
And mas responsible din, lalo na yung na mabilis kumalat ang info. Language evolves, but information literacy helps us understand how and why it evolved.
Correct.
Yes. Tapos with communication changing, syempre pati how we get information nagbago rin. Which lead us to our new segment, the Literacy Lab and Indigenous Media.
Okay, well, For me lang ha, I believe information back then was disseminated mainly face-to-face.
Yeah, that's true. But over time, we did learn how to write and create books or scrolls or whatever to preserve those informations.
So you're saying books used to be the main source of stories, knowledge, and ideas. Yung parang sila yung original offline internet. May chapters, may references, walang ads, and walang...
Click here for part
Part
2.
2!
Yeah.
That's sweet, you know? I must admit though, I hate those types of TikToks.
To add, I think most of the info we have today came from indigenous information, like from the locality or the native.
Ano yun, tayo mga pamahiin pertaining to superstitions?
I think so. Don't we know those superstitions because of our elders?
Superstitions!
Superstitions
I
there.
mean, superstitions because of our elders? If yes, then I think indigenous info siya. Wait, no, I'm talking about Leonardo da Vinci type of knowledge.
Leonardo da Vinci type of knowledge. What is that? Wait, again, I'm getting out of topic. But does that really mean you're getting accurate information with indigenous knowledge?
Through the fire. Hindi naman din ako believer sa mga pamahiin na iyan. Pero if issues yung usapan tapos indigenous info, edi mas maniniwala ako the internet has a way of twisting the narrative its own liking.
I second that. I recommend to those everyone who's listening, let us add some enzymes to our media and informational literacy. Think before you click. As simple as that.
What?
Go.
Huwag tayong masyadong kampante sa social media. Let's bring back the art of shame, guys. Be modest, proper, and etiquette-wise. For example, narinig niyo yung issue na tatanggalin yung K-12, di ba?
Yeah, I
I
heard
heard of that. Sa TikTok? Pero di ba fake news yun?
Oh, but it caused such controversy.
See, that's a problem eh. When you come across such a serious news on the internet, especially on TikTok, because news there are spreading like butter and very smoothly like butter. Tapos, people believe it even though it did not even come from credible sources.
And that's why we need to verify that information. Hindi basta-basta naniniwala kaagad. Sabi pa nga ni Annabelle, think before you click.
Pero mama ko, makakita lang ng mga herbal medicine sa Facebook, naniniwala agad.
Mama ko rin, Day.
Lola ko, girl. Oh my
Mama
gosh.
ko nga ngayon. Oh my gosh. Topic shifting here. Speaking of elders, you know what? I find them so cute being so new to modern
Same.
technology.
I saw a TikTok video earlier where an old guy was like doing something. Parang siyang Apple, and he was like alone. So I found it really cute that he was learning how to use an iPhone alone during an iPhone, parang siyang campaign. Pero yeah, moving on. I just have to say though, is this one of your ways in inserting that you like them older?
Yuck. You know, ano ka ba? I'm being serious.
Okay, pero yes, I've noticed. Living in a society where technology is surprising, it is best to be knowledgeable about it.
It sucks, no? Para sa mga tao na wala talagang gadget. Parang ang hard ng life nila.
Yeah, feel ko din.
Over naman sa ang hard ng life. I mean, it is unfortunate, pero having less screen time is good for you.
Okay. Going back to Franco's statement, I don't really agree. May books naman.
Yeah, pero think about the province. There are hardly any libraries there.
Yeah, it is such a shame. I feel it causes such digital divide, which I believe limits the opportunity for greater things to those who can.
Yeah.
To those who cannot afford.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it's super important talaga in modern life because it helps us use technology responsibly, fix problems on our own, manage information properly, and tell the difference between real and fake online. So we stay productive, informed, and adaptable.
Okay, let's break this down.
Okay,
Simple
break it down,
terms.
yo.
Okay.
Now, knowing your content is informative or clickbait is media literacy.
Media literacy!
Well, asking, legit ba to or gawa-gawa lang is information literacy.
Information literacy!
And technology literacy is knowing how to use devices and platforms without letting them use you.
Ouch. Okay. Back out muna ako.
Okay lang, di naman love life natin topic mo eh. Ha? Di naman love life natin topic mo.
Bago pa kayo mag-flame wars dyan, move on na tayo sa ating next segment na pinamagatang Beyond the Headlines. We will be tackling local issues that are current and demanding attention. So, let's talk about a recent issue na kumalat online. You know what, guys? Yung insidente sa Kaibiran Rural Health Unit kung saan isang ama ang nagwala kasi hindi daw agad naasikaso ang kanyang anak na pasyente.
Ay,
Yeah,
yeah.
nakita ko
Oo nga. Nakita ko ito sa isang online post written in local language. Kaya, agad siyang nakakonect sa mga tao. Pag nabasa mo, ramdam mo agad yung emosyon, galit, frustration at concern ng isang magulang. At dahil online siya, hindi lang tayo reader. Kasama tayo sa usapan eh. May comments, reactions at shares na nagpapakita ng iba't ibang pananaw.
Dito makikita kung paano gumagana ang media codes and conventions sa online media. Una, yung headline diretso agad sa action, kaya napapaklik ka.
And second, yung choice of words at language. Dahil local yung ginamit, mas naging relatable at mas mabilis kumalat sa community.
And syempre, yung visual. Kahit isang larawan lang ng RHU, sapat na para bigyan ng context yung nangyari.
Pero sa online media, hindi lang presentation ang mahalaga, pati yung buhay mo. Pati yung interpretation ng audience.
Yung interpretation ng audience.
Yes.
Makikita mo talaga sa comments, no? May mga taong naaawa sa ama bilang mga magulang. May nagtatanggol sa health workers. At may humihingi ng mga maayos na sistema sa RHU.
Which is why, importante yung update na nagsasagawa ng mga investigation ang Kaibiran LGU. Pinapakita na may action silang ginawa at ang mga otoridad ay balance yung story.
This shows that online media can inform, influence emotion, and shape public opinion all at the same time.
Yes, true. Kaya bilang media consumers, dapat marunong tayong magbasa beyond the headline.
At intindihin ang context bago mag-react or mag-share.
Well, that's online media. Mabilis, makapangyarihan, at dapat responsableng gamitin.
Also, these issues should be broadcasted. Sayang wala tayong mga radio station dito or even mga regional news channel sa TV. Dapat kasi ma-aware ang lahat.
On top of that, kailangan mag-comeback yung newspaper. It allows those na walang TV or cell phones na malaman ng mga national or international news.
Well, broadcast media and print media almost becoming off the radar due to the rise of technology. It's probably one of the reasons why some people are uneducated and lack awareness.
Therefore, in today's world, being literate means more than reading words. It means understanding media, information, and technology. Because being online doesn't automatically mean being informed, and being informed gives you power to think, choose, and decide wisely.
Ayan, fast recap tayo.
Recap!
Yes! Communication went from letters to instant messages. Pero wag sana instant din ang paniniwala sa fake news. Sana i-master ang media, info and tech literacy para di ka mabudol ng clickbait o maging keyboard warrior na walang context gaya ng issue sa kaibiran. Dahil ang tunay na flex ay hindi lang mabilis na internet, kundi mabilis na pag-iisip. Kaya laging tandaan, huwag pa-fall sa notifications, maging literate para iwas delusions.
And that wraps today's podcast, where your thoughts and opinions are said off screen. This is Blanche, your main host.
And this is Anada, your off-screen chika babe.
Franco, magsalita ka na!
No, I'm scared.
Sige, ano na
And I'm
yung podcast
Franco.
natin?
And I'm Mayan, your Chikadora.
Thank you for listening!
Bye!